this guy looked at me in my face and then told me, if you don't understand what I'm saying, then go back to your country. When he said that, see, I paused for a moment. I kid you not, like my brain just stopped functioning for 1 second, I think. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Josephine here. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So in today's video, this is like a quick get ready with me video. I'm trying to get ready for an event that I'm going for. But at the same time, I wanted to just have a quick chit chat with you guys about this topic that I have been wanting to talk about. My first racism experience in the Netherlands, and why you should stop telling people to go back to their country. If you don't have any other thing to say, just shut up your mouth, period. Okay guys, so without further ado, let's jump into this video because the girl is running late and she needs to hurry up. So guys, I'm starting out with my OG foundation. This is the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation in the shade Praline or shade 10. And yeah, I'll just be mixing this foundation with my moisturizer and putting it all over my face. That's all you need to know about the makeup side. Let's jump into the story. Okay guys, so I'm just going to give you a little backstory concerning this. This is my first racism experience, like directed at me, right? Directed straight to me, straight at me. Other times people have just made flimsy comments and I've overheard them and stuff like that, but no one had actually directly said anything racist or anything bad to me in the Netherlands, here in the Netherlands. I did do a video about my experience as a black girl in the Netherlands. If you haven't watched that video, pause and go and check out that video. But other than that, in that video, you hear me say that I have never really experienced racism as much in the Netherlands. I've never really experienced racism, to be honest, except for this one story that I'm about to tell, right? It was just, I think, few months, I think about 3 months after we moved into the Netherlands. I can't remember exactly when this happened, but I think it happened sometime in 2019, towards the end of 2019. So bear in mind that at that time, we were just pretty new in the Netherlands. I and my husband had just moved. We didn't even have a child as at then. So that very day, we had dressed up, everything, decided that we would go to the city center to do some things. And bear in mind that we had just learned how to cycle by ourselves in the Netherlands. So we didn't even know how to cycle. And we were pretty much new in the Netherlands, you would say. And we didn't really know all the bicycle track rules and everything. But at least we were learning, right? We were learning on the go. I'm saying all these things so that when I tell the story, you can understand where I'm coming from. So that day, what happened? We got to the city center, and the city center is usually like crowded. I can't remember what exactly we wanted to do, but we were supposed to go somewhere within the city center, and we had plotted on our Google map and placed our phone on our bicycle, and the Google map was directing us to follow a particular road. Right? So we noticed that the road that Google Map was asking us to ride our bicycle on was supposed to be a one-way road. So it was just supposed to be both cars and bicycle were supposed to use that road. But I noticed then that it was a one-way road. So cars were coming opposite us, and I in my head I was like, why are we taking this road? I just had this feeling that we were on the wrong road. But before then, the road that I felt we were supposed to be on, that's the opposite road across a canal. I think that was the road that those going forward were supposed to be on. But there was a construction going on that side of the road. So I think probably Google Map updated and saw that there was a construction in the opposite road, and then kind of just updated and told us to follow where we were. But then that road was a one-way road, so it was just for people coming back, but we, bear in mind, we're on a bicycle going forward. Okay, so then I'm looking at my time. That's how we were now cycling. We were cycling. We now got to a place where we had to stop because cars were coming, and I think there were bicycles parked on the right, so the road was already really, really narrow. So we had to stop and then make a little bit, like we had to move to the side of the road a little bit so that the cars could pass. Now, There were 3 cars, I think, that were coming. The first one, you know, just moved a little bit away from us and passed. The second car, the driver did exactly the same thing. But then the third guy, that's how you know. That's how you know troublemakers. That's how you know troublemakers. So the third guy just refused to move his car. He just continued going straight. And as he was moving straight, he was literally just coming in front of us. I am my husband at this time. So as he was just coming in front of us, like we stopped. We were already stopped. We were just looking at him like, okay, what do you want us to do? So I and my husband, like, we had to climb very close to the canal. We had to find a way to squeeze ourselves in between parked bicycles so that we could leave this guy's road. This guy had done what he wanted to do. He wanted to frustrate us, possibly because to him, we were following a one-way road and we're going in the opposite direction, and we shouldn't be doing that. But what he didn't know was that the other road we were supposed to take was under construction, and we were just following Google Map. We were new, pretty much new, right? So this guy, as he did what he did now, we were like, okay, no wahala. I and my husband, we just moved our own bicycle. We just didn't want drama. We moved our bicycle, like, parked it along where other people who parked their bicycle by the side of the road did. We just parked it there so that he could stop. Guys, this guy, instead of passing with his problem, that day he wanted trouble. He stopped his car, opened his window, and this guy literally started screaming at us in Dutch. Right? So he was screaming. And I remember this guy, he was an elderly man, probably in his late 50s or something, or early 60s, I don't know. I had someone in his car, a woman, I can remember vividly. As he was screaming, I just looked at him and told him, sir, we don't understand what you're saying. That's what I said. Like, literally, I was just telling him, we are not understanding. If you had an information to tell us, we don't know what you're saying because we can't understand you. This guy looked at me in my face and then told me, if you don't understand what I'm saying, then go back to your country. What the hell? When he said that, see, I paused for a moment. I kid you not, like my brain just stopped functioning for 1 second, I think. Okay, guys, so I'm going in with my concealer, which is the Makeuprevolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C11. Hold on, guys. Let me place this concealer and I'll continue. Okay. So as I was saying, I kid you not, like my brain stopped functioning for 1 second. Like at that point, I just had a whole lot of feelings. I was just feeling a whole lot of emotions. First of all, I think I felt bad because, like, I felt so bad at that point. I just wanted to react. Like, I wanted to tell him something that would hurt him as much as what he said to me was hurting me. Like, I just wanted to scream something at him. Maybe I just wanted to say something really terrible to him as well, so that he could feel how bad I was feeling. But for some reason, guys, for some reason, I just felt this, I don't know, this overwhelming self-control. I just looked at him, smiled, entered my bicycle, and drove off. My husband did the same. We didn't say anything. I mean, we didn't even say anything to each other for like maybe 5 minutes. We were just cycling in silence. We didn't say anything. We didn't know how to feel. I didn't know how to feel. I was so sad. I just know that I felt so bad. I felt really bad. And later on, like when I started processing my emotions, I realized like I felt bad for many reasons. Number one, it wasn't my fault. Like I wasn't intentionally doing something wrong. So it's not as if I was just, you know, I was rambling about maybe something or I was intentionally doing something wrong. I was literally following Google's map direction to go to somewhere that Google Map was telling me to go on my bicycle. Like, what did I do wrong to this man that he had to stop his car to scream at me to go back to my country? He doesn't know me. He doesn't know anything about me. I felt terrible. Like, who did he think I was? Did he think I was a beggar? Did he think I was an animal? An African zombie, of course. Or what did he think I was? What did he think I was? That was just what was going through my mind. Like, I have worked freaking hard to be where I am today. I deserve to be in this country. I am working my ass out. I was employed by this an institution in this country. I was asked to come here. I was sponsored to come here. I was paid to come here. I am still paid. I freaking pay my taxes. Like, I pay my taxes. I pay my dues. As in, what does he think he is? Like, that was just what was going through my mind. I was so pained. Like, I was so pained. One, because I did nothing to him. I was just literally on my bike using Google Map to where Google Map was taking me to. Number two, there were people in front of him who should have reacted, but they didn't. They chose to be nice and they just moved. But this old man who should know better, right? Who should know how to treat people better, chose to be something I don't know, to just tell me to go back to my country. Like, what did he think I came to his country to do? Like, what did he think? Like, there were so many things I wanted to tell him. Maybe the second reason why I was pissed off was because I was silent. I didn't say anything to this man. So probably, like, I was later when I started processing my emotions, I was so pissed. I was like, maybe I should have just said something so hurtful so that he could feel the way I was feeling. So he can understand that you don't say that to people. You don't know me. You don't know what brought me to your country. I could have simply been a tourist who was in the Netherlands. People travel to other people's country. Like, do I need to explain this thing for it to make sense? That you shouldn't ever tell somebody to go back to their country. Like, you are just a privileged shit. Like, you were born into your country. You didn't choose your country. Like, literally. I was born a Nigerian. I didn't choose to be Nigerian. I was born. The country and nationality is something we are literally born into. We don't choose. So, like, having the impression that the first thing when you're pissed off to tell someone you think is a foreigner is to go back to your country, something that I can't even fathom. I can't explain. Like, and then it's annoying that in 2021, we still have to have this conversation. If you've watched the video I have about my experience in the Netherlands, you guys will know that I have almost good things to say about my stay here in the Netherlands. The Dutch people are nice. I've met some of the friendliest people here in the Netherlands. So nice. They've been nice to me. I've not really had that racism experience and all that. So don't get me wrong, like, I don't have an issue with Dutch people. But I also know that the Dutch people are very passionate about their country. So, like, even on YouTube, if you make videos about the Netherlands, you will definitely see like 1 or 2 comments from Dutch, like having to say something. They're very passionate about their country and the perception people have about their country. And I understand that's how people should feel. Like, when you are born here, you are used to the culture and everything. You will be passionate. It's normal to feel passionate about your country. But if in 2021, when you have a disagreement with a foreigner or someone, and the first thing that comes to your mind is to tell the person to go back to your country, you are sick. You are very, very sick, but you don't know. Guys, I'm pained. Allow me to rant. If someone was complaining about probably things that they don't like in the Netherlands, that is their own story, their own experience. And they have the right to like or not like something. Right? Your response shouldn't be, oh, if you don't like it, why don't you go back to your country? Stop being that dumb and lame. If that is the only thing you're going to bring to the table, just shut up. Period. I said what I said. And come to my comment section if you have the guts to say nonsense, and I will respond to you. Now, this time around, I will not ignore you the way I ignored that old man who didn't know how to who lacked respect for people. Yeah? So just shut up. In 2021, why should you be telling people to go back to their country? Don't you go to other people's countries? And it doesn't matter whether you are going there to live or you're going there to visit. And here in Europe, Europeans travel a lot. So if you're not in the Netherlands, you're either in Germany, in France, in Belgium, somewhere that is not your country, in Norway. And one thing about Europe is that a lot of their countries speak different languages. So for instance, in Netherlands, we speak Dutch. In France, they speak French. Germany, they speak German, you know. So Norwegian, stuff like this. So European countries do speak different languages. And a lot of Dutch don't understand German. A lot of German don't understand Dutch. A lot of Dutch don't understand French. So that's it. Like, if you go to even a European country, you would still struggle with language barrier. So how would you feel if you went to France to visit France and then people told you there to go back to your country? How would you feel? Help me explain. How would you feel? So as I was saying, like, even if a foreigner complains about your country, right? And I know it can be very sad, especially when a foreigner has like a very myopic view or a very, you know, unexposed myopic view about your country, especially when you know your country people or people from your country don't behave that way. Maybe a foreigner comes in and say, oh, Dutch people are not friendly, oh, Dutch people are this and that. And I know how it feels, because I have also experienced stereotype. I live in the Netherlands, and if you've watched the video I shared about my experience as a black girl, sometimes I go for events and people, like, I'm a Nigerian, right? And sometimes when I introduce myself to a few Dutch people, they start to ask me about me, if I've ever experienced scamming and the Nigerian prince sending me emails and stuff like that. And yeah, at first, like, you know, I would be offended when someone asks me something like that. But most times, even when I'm offended, like, I don't just react harshly at their ignorance or something. I just look at them and be like, everybody you see that in Nigeria is not a scammer. Yes, I get those things as well. Like, they send it to Nigerians as well. And moreover, recently I even noticed that people from other countries even try to scam other people using this Nigerian print strategy, which is really funny. But what I'm just saying is, people can just have this ideology about your country, and they don't want to change. It's their problem. Do you get what I mean? Like, your response all the time shouldn't be to tell them, okay, if you don't like the Netherlands, why don't you go back to your country? That is not how to respond. This is 2021. We ought to be able to at least have conversations about people. Understand, okay, you can ask simple questions. Why do you feel that way? Like, yes, this is the way we behave in Netherlands, or this is the way we behave in France or in the US, everywhere. Like, that's how we are, that's our culture. We don't even know that this is, like, it would make you feel that way. Like, try to have reasonable conversation with people without having to tell them the first instance to go back to their country. That's the only thing you feel when you tell them that will make them feel bad. Well, I have told myself, the next person that tells me to go back to my country, I'm going to tell them to go to hell, because that's their country where they belong. Oh, guys, it's not that deep. Please don't be like me. I don't think I will do that. So please, guys, I just said, let me hop on here and do a quick video, tell you guys my own experience, and explain to you guys, please, stop telling people to go back to their country. You don't know the type of effect it has on we foreigners, because you don't even know why a foreigner is in your country in the first place. And foreigners have the right to not like things in your country and talk to you about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if a foreigner is complaining, your fellow countrymen, you yourself, you also complain about your own country. There is no perfect country. There's still things in your country that you don't like, or in your culture that you don't love, right? That you're not is not 100% for you. So if you can complain about your own culture, your own country, and another fellow countryman can complain about your country, why can't a foreigner air their opinion about what they don't like about your own country? Why can't they do that? Why is it that once is a foreigner talking, you want them to zip it or go back to their own country? Guys, this is 2021. Let's stop it. Okay, guys, so this is my short experience about my first racism experience in the Netherlands. I termed it racist because, first of all, I feel like this guy spoke to me the way he did because of my color, because of who I am, and because I am also a foreigner. So yeah, that's why I termed it. It is what it is. That's how I felt, and that's it, period. Okay, guys, so that is it for the story today. I'm just going to quickly finish up my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so this is the finished look. Guys, I absolutely love this look, and I love how it came out, even though it was a quick makeup. Girl, I'm good, right? Okay, guys, so thank you so much for joining me in this little chit chat session, and don't forget to comment down below if you've ever experienced someone telling you to go back to your country, or any racism experience at all. Guys, hope you've learned to stop telling people to go back to their country. It's not nice at all. It's not nice by any means. it is not nice. So please stop being mean to foreigners. We're already facing so many problems, so I mean, don't come and add to our problems, I beg. Period. Okay guys, so please don't forget to like, comment, and please consider subscribing. I'm a new YouTuber and I'm trying to grow my channel, guys. It will really help my channel and it will make me really happy. So please make me happy by subscribing. Thank you so much guys, and see you in my next one. Bye.